All right, we begin here. 19 more people have died from COVID-19 in South Africa. This brings the total to 238. The number of confirmed infections has also increased to 12,739. That's an increase of 665 cases. Now, over 55% of the cases are in the Western Cape. The province has more than 7,200 confirmed infections and 129 deaths. Now, the good news, though, is that over 44% or 5,676 people have recovered. More than 400,000 tests have been conducted nationwide. Now, Cape Town, Johannesburg, Ethekwini and Nelson Mandela Bay are some of the hotspots concerning the health ministry. Minister Zweli Mkhize says the department is watching the Cape Town area most closely as it's presenting the biggest concerns. He says strict restrictions will still need to be implemented in the hotspot areas. Yesterday, President Ramaphosa said hotspots would not be downgraded.
We've actually looked at the rate of infection on a per population basis. Those metropolitan areas are the areas of our major concern. Obviously, the Cape Town area has shown us a feature which we have not seen in many other parts, and that is what we call the cluster outbreaks, where you get people in one area to just explode the numbers, high, which has been unexpected before. So that tells us that there's a new trend we must watch out for. So we are concerned about all the metros, and when you look at them as hotspots, we've probably got about 8-9 areas where we are concerned, and those are largely the areas where high economic activity is existing. So in Gauteng, Johannesburg, Tshwane, Nguleni, Cape Town, and the Garden Route, and Nelson Mandela, Durban, Ethekwini, Watuza, and so on. So all of this, and Mangaung, and so on. So all of these are areas which we have to keep a watch, because we can't let go of strong restrictions in those areas. We've got to be very strict. We've also got to bring in a new strategy where in each of the districts or the metros have to be subdivided into clusters of wards, where we're going to station a multidisciplinary team of experts.
Now, civil society organizations, religious organizations and community policing forums are to be given the responsibility to ensure compliance and enforce regulations in their areas. That's the move by the government as it prepares to further ease the national lockdown to level 3. Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize says COVID-19 hotspots have emerged in the Eastern Cape and Western Cape provinces. As a result, the government plans to assign lockdown levels by district. Now, depending on the average of active cases per 100,000 people, each district will be individually assigned a lockdown level to prevent the spread of the virus. Now, these levels will be reviewed by the National Command Council every 2 weeks. At the same time, Mkhize says his department is awaiting validation for some promising antibody tests for COVID-19. He explains how the tests work and the concerns around them.
Antibody tests have got their own issues, where therefore it needs to be very carefully managed. Firstly, if somebody is testing positive for the antibodies, you can't be sure whether they're actively infectious at that time. All you can say is that they haven't been exposed. So whether that person needs to be isolated or that person needs to be released to the community, you need to do further tests for that. So you need to therefore balance the two. If you want to get a sense in the area how many people could have been exposed to the infection, you could find that they can help you, provided you don't get false negatives in the process. So there are issues to balance there. Now, it should not be seen as the one thing that's halting us from being able to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. We are dealing with it, but we have actually evaluated close to 50 tests which come from different companies all over the world. And out of those, a number of them could not meet the standards that are needed. And so what we ended up having to do, we've got a few that have been evaluated. Once the paperwork is done, we now need to then make sure that the validation process allows us to be able to use them, because you don't want to take a wrong decision. You have not checked the efficacy, the accuracy of that particular test, as it were. So we're nearing the process of finalizing that. I wouldn't know. I would have expected. I actually thought we would have been able to get that a while back now, but it hasn't happened. But every day I sit with the team that's doing the evaluation. We have to allow them the professional approach to solving the issues of validation and the issues of the authentication of this particular test.